Hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast, where today we are talking about episode 20 of Neon Genesis Evangelion. I am Nick. With me are Alex and Josh.
Hi. Hello there.
This episode is about a boy being stuck in a tube and a bunch of adults not knowing how to get him out of it.
Do we have torches that cut through metal? Yeah. Nah, can't use those.
I
Jet
mean,
fuel. Jet fuel, 45-degree angle.
by the time they actually get to that point, he's just soup. That's what he is at that point. He's just a soup.
Like, oh,
They talk about
good
that he's
soup.
just soup, that he's the that the LCL has basically disintegrated his body, and he is just
I
the
got high
primordial mix.
LDLs.
It's good soup.
Yep.
It's good soup.
Good soup?
Good soup. No soup for you, though.
Also, Saley's pissed this episode. All of them are.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, Jesus Christ, why the fuck is this shit still happening? Why is your son just a bowl of clam chowder?
Well, he didn't listen to me, so I had to do something.
Yep. Why is the clone maybe dead?
Can't answer that one.
And
But here's a new one.
Yep. And why do we have to go to the secret hidden room for the Magi?
Not to secretly kill you all. Say what?
Yep.
That would be too easy.
Yeah, you gotta wait until the movie to find out for sure.
That's right.
God, I genuinely hope that no one from Sele survives.
You're gonna get a lot of the things you want in that movie. You're gonna get some things
Yeah,
that are
you will.
gonna upset you, but you're gonna get a lot of the stuff you want too.
I'm okay being upset as long as the people that I genuinely hate are punished.
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
None of these people deserve redemption.
that's not true. There's that one guy.
Yeah,
There's the
the
dude who
air guitar
drums.
guy.
Yeah, you like him.
He's the only one I'm rooting for.
There's the other dude. The guy in glasses is okay
Yeah,
too.
by the way, just want to tell you this now. He's still Smith.
How upsetting would that be?
Well,
He survives, but he's just putting.
he just sells meth.
But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community. Yeah. So at Nerve.
Everything in the tube is just liquid meth.
Yeah. So yeah, at Nerve, everyone's freaking out like, hey, how do we get Shinji out of this thing? I'm pretty sure he's just soup. So
This seems like a dangerous thing to do.
We can't. We just.
Too bad we've already done it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have bindi straws, or
I prefer the
we could
curly
suck
one.
Oh, silly straws.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can drain them out that way.
Yep. They also figure out that they can't eject the entry plug, and while that's happening, Shinji has another existential crisis like he had inside of the Angel. It's been a few episodes. He's due for another one.
Yeah. But then, do we care?
Yep. Raised in the hospital. Asuka's pissed off.
Again.
Asuka's destroying the fucking apartment because she cannot
Throw in
handle
that
this.
magazine.
She tore a pillow in half, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, that happened.
Like, tore that shit apart.
She seems frustrated.
Yep.
She really needs to figure out how to deal with her emotion.
One second, I'm getting a little bit of
It's a lot of flashing.
Nope.
She just needs to talk.
Oh,
We
where's that?
can't have talking.
Oh god. Nope. Alright, well, there we go. we're just gonna get a
God.
lot of. So for the viewers out there, if you're hearing a bunch of beeps, that's because I can't find where the tab that has Roll20 open in it, and somebody is currently rolling a character. uh, anyway, um,
Man's a freak. He has like 200 tabs open.
I do. I have a lot of tabs, and I also have multiple windows open because I need like separate windows for various things.
You're a monster.
I have 3 monitors. Sometimes I just have the same thing up on 3 different screens. You
Alex, he's a
guys are over
monster.
there. Usually, whatever we're watching is over here if I'm not watching it on my phone. And then I have like one of our recording softwares over here to make sure that the audio levels look right.
Good God, man.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the episode, Shinji's inside of the thing. We also find out that apparently this has happened before, where someone just turned into a soup, but it was before Ritsuko's time, back when her mom was the one in charge of the science. Back when her
The
mom was
soup
getting
was her
plowed.
dad.
Hmm? Yeah,
The soup was her dad.
probably. Yeah. Back when her
Yep.
mom was getting plowed by Gendo before Gendo started plowing her instead. Because Gendo just
Yeah.
gets around.
He's a oh.
So anyway, Shinji has some sort of come to Jesus moment where he's trying to figure out what's happened in the show so far and how he feels about it.
He's pretty proud of what's happened.
And he doesn't like it kind of breaks down that like he doesn't really get why they're fighting or why they're called angels or why they're named after angels. They just kind of are. And that they're just the enemy, and he doesn't really get why they're the enemy either. They just are.
They will always
Uh,
be.
and then he fucking hates his dad, which I mean, respect. That he wishes that he could have told his dad how much he hated him before he got turned into a soup. I think we can all agree that that probably would have been the best choice.
And now he's like, I don't know, what kind of soup would he be? Tomato?
Yep.
Not just too good of a soup.
I said clam chowder, but I mean, I'm open to suggestions.
Oh yeah, you did say clam. I forgot about that.
Barely be a broth and you know it. Stop fucking lying, guys.
So he's vegetable broth. Chicken broth is too good.
Because he's a
Something
vegetable.
synthetic. Something synthetic, not even vegetable.
Vegetable oil.
He's
He's probably just a placebo.
Satan inside of water.
Eats the fluoride.
Yeah.
That
So
not even there.
let's talk about the weird part of the episode. I'm just gonna skip ahead to this part because this part matters the most. Where Shinji just kind of has like this weird sexual fantasy where every woman that he interacts with regularly tells him that he can become one with them in body and mind. That's about the time where they can't figure out how to pull him out anymore.
Yeah.
So, if I'm
I mean,
remembering
they do
right,
call this episode the oral stage.
yep. So if I'm remembering right, the way they had originally planned on getting Shinji out of the suit was they were going to like run some sort of current through it, right? Or like something through it
Ye-
to try to like force his body to reform. And then it doesn't work because he's having sexual fantasies.
That's dumb son of a bitch.
And he also,
Imagine that's what came back as the warning signs, like unable to process sexual fantasies in process.
I mean, that'd be,
He's like, what? Oh God.
yep. Also, this is definitely just Shinji desperately wants someone to acknowledge him and love him, and he's just got all these things wrapped up together.
Way too many hang-ups.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, basically every
Yeah.
woman that he interacts with regularly, he has a fantasy of them telling him that they can become one in both mind and body. We also learn from Shinji's past, well, from a flashback to before Shinji was born, that when Yui was pregnant, Gendo was the one that picked the names. And if it was a boy, he was going to be named Shinji. And if it was a girl, it was going to be named Rei. Da da da. Wonder what that means.
He did care?
No, he just wanted to name a kid.
Alright, I'll give you that.
I think this was like her attempt at having him care about the child. And he's like, oh, cool, I get to name something.
Ooh.
Yeah. This episode is a lot of psychology and a lot of recycling footage because they are running dangerously low on budget already.
Boy, you can see it in a lot of scenes here.
Yeah. Like a lot of the talking, like even the bits where like characters are talking in the episode are just recycled from other episodes.
Yep. Or stills, or they're just like, ooh,
Mhm.
flashing colors.
Yep, like the shot where I can't remember her name, but the one lady in like in the command center like turns and talks over her shoulder. I'm pretty sure we've seen that like 3 or 4 times now.
Yes.
Like a lot of the footage in this episode is just recycled either blatantly to, push the whole like Shinji's psyche is splintered, or them trying to work around like, well, we already have a scene of these characters talking, so let's just have them talk again and use that footage. Again, you can tell that quite a bit of embezzlement was happening by this point.
Yay, crime.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a whole lot to say about this episode beyond that. Like, this is kind of a deep dive for Shinji, but we already have a lot about Shinji's psyche by this point. Like,
Yeah, this is also one of those episodes that I honestly haven't cared for that much.
I again
It
the
has
fact,
its purpose, but
yeah, like it definitely plays on like the whole psychosexual nature of Shinji at this point, but I don't think it's
But it only goes so
strong.
far as to like let you know that it's there, and it doesn't really go anywhere from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Like
don't think it's
it's
very
not
strong.
it's not the highlight of the episode. It's not the focus of the episode.
The
It
episode, and
it's
here
there.
I will say, Alex, for its credit for the movies does something like this, but much better. Like the
Oh, a lot
rebuild
better.
movies does this a lot better. Like this is one of the things that Anno reworks with the whole like disintegrating inside of the entry plug, and it's so much better. Also, we have a lot of Misato and Kaji having sex without being able to see them fucking, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know
as
what
a
it
part
sounds.
of this episode, yeah.
Yeah, you know what it sounds like when Misato's getting there. That's a thing you learn in this episode. So if you ever wanted
It's like
that, which I know a
halfway
lot of
there.
teenagers in the 90s did, hey, congratulations, you got it.
I hate how I feel like
Living
the
on
true
a
tragedy of this story is Fuyutsuki.
No, like he's easily the most
Like
morally
he's the one
upright.
I identify with most.
He's the most morally upright, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think when we eventually get to the rebuild movies, there's some characters that get a lot a lot out of the rebuild movies. Like, I don't feel like it's a big spoiler to tell you this. Kensuke gets a shit ton of building off of the rebuild movies. Like, he becomes a semi-important character instead of just friend number 2 for Shinji.
I've been
Kensuke?
Yeah,
promoted to
yeah,
character.
yeah. Kensuke actually gets character development in the movies.
It's so bad. All right, you hear this? We're gonna give you a promotion. You're no longer friend number 2. You're gonna be character number 2. Well, let me rephrase that. Character number 42.
Yeah,
You still get paid the same.
yeah. Honestly, this is just kind of an episode.
Bless you.
It's leading us into the last little arc. It sets up the idea that like they're not 100% certain if the Ava Unit 1 is safe, and it kind of sets up some question of trust for Shinji moving forward too. Not trust in like his commitment, although yes, but also his some like question of trust on if he can even do this. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I didn't think it was a. It's not a bad episode. It's just not a great episode. Like it could have been a footnote on the end of the last episode instead, and it would have worked just as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on this one before we cut it?
No, I kind of said my piece. It's one of the episodes I forget about.
Mm-hmm.
I also wonder what happens if Shinji would have formed himself incorrectly. Like his lefts and rights are backwards.
That would have been great. Or like he has a different eye color now. That would have been kind of cool too. Like he formed himself on what he remembered, not what it actually looked like.
His heart's in the opposite side.
Yep.
Everything's backwards.
Yep. That would have been kind of cool.
He
Anyway.
hears color, sees sound.
Yep. Anyway, tune in next time. Bye bye.
Bye now.